And welcome back, everyone. We are here for the start of the third match of round 3. I'm currently sitting at 7-1. I'd like to end this round at 8-1 and just kind of cruise in the last round if I can. Here you see my matchup on the board. Just looking quickly, you can see my opponent has a ton of defense, 328 against my 192. He's got 50 less offense wins, though. Looking at Zetas, I have a few more. Looking at speed, I have the advantage, and G13, I have the advantage. And we both have Ray down there at the bottom. Now, this is going to be an interesting one tonight. This opponent went up against Xerath last round and lost. I will link the video to Xerath's page and that specific video down below. What's fun about that is he subscribed to Xerath right when he found out he was matched up with him. He has not subscribed to me, which is a shame because I could always use a subscriber here. Speaking of that, before we get out to the board, let me just thank the few patrons that have joined me so far. I just started my Patreon at the start of this round, so thank you to the people who have kicked this off. I've already made some improvement to the channels, as you can see with the graphics in the intro, and thanks to the support of my patrons, I'm going to be making a few more. So now that I've said that, let's get out to the match. Alright, so before we start talking about this round, I just want to quickly show what happened last round, because I did not make a video on this channel. Xerath, Klesso, and I all did a live stream on Xerath's channel. And so, I'll leave the link to that video as well if you want to see my attacks from last round. It was an interesting one because he had some good defenses down. This top zone was probably his easiest zone on the board. Down here, I had to fight through both Revens, which I can tell you was not fun. Then hiding in the back, that Newt team is, with B1, can always cause trouble. Now, he was able to one-shot my Ray because he kept his Galactic Legend. He had Kylo. He struggled up here. He told me after the fact that he was fighting this Daka team with Nest. Nest had Xerath down, and then Daka was able to pull off the revive, and that kind of sent him into a free fall, where you can see he was able to one-shot those two teams, but then up top, he struggled on Hux and on that Bosk team. So I was able to pull off the win. Now that we know that, let's take a look at what I'm facing. And the interesting thing about my opponent is he does not go for offense. He does not want to full clear his opponent. His goal is basically this Darth Revan. He's got his own Galactic Legend Ray, like I said, and he puts her right down here on the bottom. And then, so he knows that that's going to be difficult to clear. Then up top, he puts a Darth Revan, knowing that that's going to be difficult to clear. His plan is basically to only win fighting one side of the board, and so I'm going to match him with that. Everybody else that he's faced kept their Darth Revan for offense, because they figured that they'll beat their Darth Revan with his Darth Revan by basically doing what we call the Jawa Gambit. They throw in a burner team and then bring their Darth Revan in. Except for a lot of them fail. And they fail because of the speed on his Darth Revan. As you can see, it's 349. That's a ridiculous speed set. And then he also has a ridiculous speed set on Bastila. Or not. 306 on Bastila. Ooh, what's going on? And then His Malik, though, he has modded, well, obviously for protection. He's got a crit damage set on him, though, hoping to do a little extra damage. So it's a very interesting setup. It's a slower Malik than you're used to, but that Darth Revan is just so fast and gets out so quickly that people struggle with it. So to counteract that, he's not going to be able to beat my bottom zone either, because he's going to have to choose how to beat that Darth Revan, and whatever he uses is going to prevent him from fighting that Rey. Now and then this Finn team. So we already know he can't use CLS Han and Chewie because Han and Chewie are with his Rey team, so he's going to have to figure out a way to fight that Finn team. The only other sure counter to this team is Jedi Knight Revan. Even General Skywalker will struggle against this Finn team. So he's going to have to use Jedi Knight Revan. That means he can't use Jedi Knight Revan for his Rey. His Darth Revan is on defense, so he can't use Darth Revan against mine. He's going to have to use his Skywalker. So he's going to struggle in that zone, and I'm going to be doing to him the same thing that he's doing to me. Then up top, I have decent teams, but it's nothing. I mean, really, the strength of this defense is sitting in that bottom zone. So, now that we know what we're facing, let's talk about how we're going to face it. And to do that, because you need to have a plan. You just need to have a plan to face a defense like this, and somebody that doesn't care about clearing the board. So, let's bring it up. I've already pre-filled in a bunch of the teams here. The one team you'll see that isn't listed is this Padme team, because I'm planning on using General Skywalker on this Darth Revan team. There's going to be a cleanup. My hope is that if I have to clean up, it's just going to be with Malik. Because if it's just Malik, I can bring in my First Order. If it's more than Malik, then I'm going to bring in my Padme. So that's where we're standing. This top zone is, well, it's really the most important zone to try and get through first. And so let's get to it. Alright, so here we go. Let's rip off the Band-Aid. Everything, this entire round is going to come down to this one team. So I'm going to be using my General Skywalker. Now, after Skywalker is really the question. So when I did this fight Friday night, I brought Rex and Ark with me, and they never got a turn. I kind of expect that that's going to happen this time. So, we're not going to bring Rex and Ark, because I can use them with Shaak Ti. Instead, I'm going to bring Fives and Rex. Now, what I'm hoping here is I might be able to get a sacrifice and keep Rex up a little longer. That's not a guarantee. It's actually probably not going to happen, because this General Skywalker team is just not as good in 3v3 as it is 5v5. But let's get this kick started. Alright, well, I did get the sacrifice. Unfortunately, I didn't get the turn. Oh, that's going to be a problem. This might end up being a quick fight. So actually, let's see where they are. And where's my Chewie? Or where's my Han, I should say. Are they all R7? No, they're all R5. So I might be throwing 3 burners in here. This might just be bad. And a Bastila dodge. Of course she did. Alright, well, we'll have KRU clean up. Luckily, I can save my Padme there. Well, you know, he's going to have a difficult time as well, so that's the only thing we can kind of rely on. Alright, now we just keep him stunned and try to apply healing immunity. You want to use KRU's basic, because that applies the tenacity down. The 2 Kylos are immune to Malik's health drain, so you just have to kind of sort of whittle him down, basically. Now Kylo using his AoE, he can't crit on the AoE, so he'll never, when using the AoE, will never get the fear on him. He got it there because he used his basic, but I needed to use his basic to apply the healing immunity. This fight is a, frankly, very annoying fight to get through. But because the 2 Kylos are immune to the drain, while it's annoying, and while apparently my team dodges, you can get through it. The 2-turn stun certainly doesn't hurt as well. Alright, stun. Healing immunity. Now hopefully 1 hit here and this should do it. Okay, so we got through that team. We cleared it up. Unfortunately, I can't use my CLS against his Poe, Finn, and Poe. So that's going to be the next big problem. Good news is, he's going to be facing these same problems as I am. Let's see, I need my Padme. I actually wonder if Nest would work there. Alright, and I'm done with Padme. Alright. This is, as you can tell, an ugly round. Great. Alright, we'll get back to that. Okay, so I know Jedi Knight Revan works against that Resistance hero team, but I did want to save them for the General Grievous team. because obviously they get good banners against that Grievous team. So we'll just have to see, you know, we'll see if I can take it out some other way. Again, the good news is he's going to be facing the same problems that I am, because I matched his defense. That's, you know, fight fire with fire. Alright, this will be 51. At least I'll get one-shot kill. Next up. Down here. Have Nest. Don't have a way to heal Nest. So how do we want to approach this? Who do we have? Who do we have? Going to need him. They're probably gonna die, but alright. It looks like the R7 Nest is probably all that was needed. But Zalbar isn't hurting here either. And I should finish with full health at least. Now you know. Now you know. Against this Resistance Heroes team, bring in Nest and Zalbar. Probably didn't need Mission in there at all. Alright. So I just need Grievous to take a turn and expose himself. For now, we'll take down some stacks of courage on the B1. Or not stacks of courage, just stacks. Alright. Alright. Get the mark off and let's kill a Grievous. He's getting turn meter, so I'll use the big hit and not take away turn meter, apparently. Call Yoda. Now I am going to do the AoE. Again, take down some stacks at B1 because he's going to heal up Grievous. And that's what we want to try and avoid. Alright, big hit to try and steal turn meter, and it worked. Let's see now. Alright. Now, I saved the mark there because I didn't need it, and I can throw it on that B1 and try and get get around the taunt. And spread some foresight because that AoE was coming, and now let's call Revan to start healing him up. Alright. So I think Yoda has full protection now, at least. And I'm just going for the kill, frankly. And take the 52 banners and just not mess around. So, we've cleared the top. He's got his Malevolence on defense. So let's take this out first. And we're going in with a full team. No reason to chance it. I just missed. Just missed killing that vulture. Alright, now we will bring Plo in, clean off these droids, feed some turn meter at the same time. He's got the Falcon, of course he does, because he is dedicated to annoying defenses. Alright, let's clear the droids off. Give a big hit on Sunfac and start taking him down. Now the AoE. Alright. I know target lock's not spread, but I want to start working through this team. And it's still a bigger hit than its basic. Alright, take out that vulture. Now let's go after this hyena and take that out. Now I have to kill the little vultures before I can start targeting the Falcon. When I get my ultimate, that's probably going to be enough to take out the Falcon. Or at least when it takes a turn, and the... just missed, but there we go. Okay. So 62 banners, that's a good win. Now we have to figure out the bottom. And see what we have left. So for this DACA team... DACA, Acolyte, Zombie. What's the health on DACA? So only 93k. Let's see. Zombies. Not great. Let's go in with Shakti here. And instead of Clone Sergeant, we will bring in Arc Trooper. Alright. So, put the turret on Echo, so we're spreading the turret here. Now we will call the Mass Assist, then Acolyte for the first kill. Spell Echo. Alright, Daka's gone, so this fight is basically over. Now we just need to kill the zombie until it can't take turns, and then we will kill Acolyte. Alright, she's back to normal speed now. There we go. Alright. So 53 banners against that team. Now this Dooku team. Well, I've got plenty of options to clean up if I have to. I'm going to go in with my Sith trio, though. And just try and annihilate the nest. Now, he runs a fast nest. It's actually 302 speed. It's got absolutely zero, and I do mean zero, extra tenacity. So, we're going to isolate Nest so he's not constantly countering. We'll let Dooku counter because I don't care about the stuns, and Dooku will kill himself. Actually, let's even attack Dooku. And R3 Dooku is down. Next, Droideka is down now. So now, I just need to wait for an Annihilate. Of course. Of course Nest got the kill on my R3 Traya. But it didn't. Well, it matters, but I got the kill. This was a very ugly round. He's not going to have an easy time on my teams either, though. So, let's hope it's a win. Now, if you look down below in the description, I am going to leave a couple links. As you can see on the left of this screen, I am part of the Gambit podcast with Zareth. I have a link to the podcast down below. To the right, you see we have the Gambit Discord. I'm going to leave the link to the Discord down below. It is a Grand Arena focused podcast. It's a Grand Arena focused Discord. So we're here to help answer any questions you have, basically. I'm also going to leave a link to the counter sheet that we keep, which is a list of all the counters we use with a time-stamped video so that you can see the counter and not just read about it. It really helps. So you can see if you can do the counter, and once you're in the fight, it shows you how to do the counter. Now, and finally, I'll leave a link to my Patreon. With that, that's the end of the video. I'd appreciate it if you could leave a like and subscribe, and I will be back with you at the start of round 4, the final week of 3v3. Let's hope that I am 8-1 at that point. I will tell you the result then. So, thank you for joining me, everyone. I do truly appreciate it.